Hello and welcome to Talking Baseball. We're in summer, people. It's the last episode of May. It's sweeps week. Is it the dog days for some teams? Might be here. Let's talk ball. Yoshinobu Yamamoto.
Chase my draw.
Double. RBI double.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome to Talkin' Baseball, presented by Fanatics Markets, where fans trade on sports. Fanatics Markets available now on the app stores. We're so back. It's Friday, May 29th. The season's afoot. The last episode in May, Trev. You're on the road. I'm back home. How are you, Big Daddy?
You know, before the show, let's just peel back the curtain a little bit. I spilled a coffee, just a really bad coffee. So it wasn't even a good coffee, all over my laptop, my keyboard, my mouse, my beautiful Lord of the Rings mouse pad.
I know.
But we're grinding through it, as you said. I'm good. The road's great. We're in Pittsburgh now, so I'll get to see the Pirates, and we miss Paul Skeens, which is nice. But I'm also ready to go home and be back in my studio, be with my loving family, and that's basically the gist of it. Thanks for asking. How are you, Jake?
I'm good. I big Monday coming up for you, or no, you're middle. Your birthday month is coming up. I just got excited for that. I'm doing well. It's funny, Trev. We watched you unfold over there, and Rob saw me. You don't know this. About 15 minutes before that, I walked into the office and I was like, Rob, I need a minute, which I don't normally give him that. Normally we have a little makeout session, start going. We San Francisco Giants it up, and then we get ready for the episode. The city got to me this morning. So I don't know. It's the summer heat is real. It might be an F or an F episode. And I think if you're a bad team, I think the dog days of summer are now. You're kind of looking around at each other in the clubhouse. Like, are you still going to be here? Am I still going to be here? That, a couple of these teams, I can't believe where they are coming up on the actual start of summer. And a couple teams have emerged since we've fully yucked ball, Trev. We had the holiday. Jolly filled in for an episode. They're my Snakes are a part of the season, big time. The Nationals are above 5. Just what the NL needed, more teams to join the party. Meanwhile, the American League is still, if you want to be 500, you're a contender in the American League.
Yeah, I mean, stop ruining all the standings, Coach. I got later, Pop. Yeah, the Mariners have joined the party. Love that for everybody. Your Snakes definitely have. And then we'll kind of see which way we think the Padres are going. I got a suggestion. I don't know.
Big Ep. I've got a lot of pictures I'm going to highlight later, so we are going to F for F. Let's jump in, because it's Friday. And we'll start out where you are, Trev. Beautiful Pittsburgh, the Steel City, and the Pirates. They come out. They win a close 2-1 game. Hank Davis with the big game-winning hit. They win a blowout 12-1. The Cubbies, everything is falling apart. They've lost 10 in a row. Pittsburgh's finest, Ian Happ. 2 massive games to help the Cubs end their losing streak and split the 4-game set. Oh, the Cubbies needed that. Staying in the Centrale. Bird is not the word. The Cardinals slip up. It's sweep week. Half the league got swept, and the Cardinals were part of that too. The Milwaukee Brewers in the best 1-2 punch in baseball, Jacob Mizorowski and Kyle Harrison. Just the best start to a Brewers career since CC Sabathia, our wannabe best friend. The Brewers get the sweep on the final day. Dustin May basically no-hits the Brewers, and they still find a way to win and get the sweep. Insane. I mentioned we're playing for rings in the desert. The Arizona Diamondbacks are back, and part of the reason, Ketel Marte is going beast mode. And the Snakes are pitching a little bit. I want to say in the month of May, the whole staff has a 2.85 ERA. Oh, and they played the San Francisco Giants, which, hey, I get it. You and I were like, yeah, we kind of like them. They're not performing. They're losing. We almost need to stop talking about them, even though they're still thrusting in the outfield. They weren't, because the Snakes swept them, and they're hot. Speaking of, the Philadelphia Phillies, San Diego, they sweep them. A couple of shutouts, the two lefties, Jesus Lizard and NL Cy Young favorite, Christopher Sanchez. Yeah, 8'11" by the end of this series. The fighting Phillies, again, their record with their new manager is good. And the Padres, we're starting to get a little nervous. A team that was nervous, still a little bit, the Cincinnati Reds. They faced the New York Mets. They took 2 out of 3 with a pair of 7-2 wins to start off. Nolan McLean, couple not nasty starts for the New York Mets, excuse me. Nick Lodolo with his first win in a while, and Chase Burns. If you're looking for an NL Cy Young dark horse, Mets salvage the set. Juan Soto, shout out to Jalen Brunson when he's homering. Knicks fans don't want it. Dodgers sweep the Rockies, and that's obvious. Freddie Freeman, easy Oppo Popo. That Shohei Ohtani guy leading off the game with a home run while he pitches, and he might be the NL Cy Young favorite. The Dodgers roll up on the Rockies. Sorry, Rocks. And then the Miami Marlins and the Toronto Blue Jays. Couple tough outs is how I would describe it. Marlins took that first game. They got a lot of Canadians on their team. Liam Hicks, Owen Casey, who's getting hot. Who else? Otto Lopez. So I was going to start calling them the Snowbirds. Anyways, doesn't matter because the Blue Jays take the next 2 games. Not Jesus Sanchez with his first career grand slam off of Sandy. And Okamoto, who's been in a funk, tie-breaking solo home run. The Blue Jays win 2 out of 3, beat the Fish, and that's what happened in the National League.
Why the Snowbirds?
Because Canadian people snowbird down in Florida. So if you're the Marlins and you have 3 Canadians in your lineup, I don't know, the snowbird, there's something there.
Don't they go in the winter though?
Yeah, it's a little
yeah,
backwards.
Snowfish. What's a snowfish? A pike?
I think that is a real fish, right? I'm not good.
I got the standings.
That's not my strength, bro.
If you want 'em.
I'm a Northeast soft boy. You know that.
In the National League, we're going to start out east. The Braves continue to roll. We didn't read their series because they were in Boston, 38-19 for them. The Phillies, as good as they've played, Jake, still just 2 games over 500. A far cry from where they were. Actually, still out of the wild card race right now. 29-27 for them. And the Nationals, congratulations, above 500, 29-28. And then your Snowbirds, I'll give it to you, 26-31. And the Mets, one of the most disappointing teams in all of baseball. Ask Jolly Olive. He went on air and said they could win the NL East. They ain't doing it, Pop. They're 14.5 games back, 23-23. And then in the Central, maybe the most interesting division in baseball. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe it's the Central in the other league. Milwaukee, 33-20. They got a 4-game lead over the Chicago Cubs, who are 31-26. They've gone on like 2 massive win streaks and then a massive L streak. Glad they got the 2 in Pittsburgh. We pulled in last night, Jake, as they were finishing that game. St. Louis, 4.5 games back in the division. They're 29-25. The Reds, 29-26, only a half game back from them. And then 1 game back from them, still over 500. The Pittsburgh Pirates at 29-28. And then out west, 3 teams separating, no doubt about it. The Dodgers, 36-20, 4.5 games over both Arizona and the Padres, who have the same record at 31-24. So, the Snakes are out. It is time for snakes, like in California. It's snake season.
Really?
So that makes sense. And then the Giants, 22-34, down bad. Good news for us. Drew Gilbert followed both of us on Instagram. But other than that, bad news. And the Rockies, 20-37. Those are the standings in the National League.
Thank you, Trevor. Yes, as you mentioned, we're there and we're not. But if the National League playoffs were to start today, it would be Diamondbacks, Padres, Cubbies as the wild card teams. And then it's Cardinals, Reds, Phillies. So that's where these Phillies still have work to do. They've been doing a lot of work. Credit to them. And a stacked National League, man. Nats over 500. A really pesky Marlins team after that. But yeah, thank you for the standings, Trevor Plouffe. Well done. Today's episode is sponsored by Amazon. When life throws you a curveball, Amazon's everyday low prices on essentials help you save the day. Amazon has everything whenever you need it. From planned purchases to unexpected moments, they've got everything covered in one place, saving you time, money, so you could focus on what matters most. And for us, that's watching baseball, people. So whether you're getting tech, clothing, daily needs, or anything else you need to prepare for the start of baseball season, Amazon has everything you need all in one convenient place and can deliver anytime, anywhere. Whether it's routine shopping or handling life's curveballs, shop Amazon, save on essentials, save the everyday. Let's jump up to where you are. Again, four game splitter this time of year is tough, but you're about to watch the Pittsburgh Pirates. I would love to know what you're looking for and what you saw this week. And then for the Cubbies, it was an absolute tailspin, and I got slaughtered. I had the Cubbies above the Brewers in our power rankings a week and a half ago, and Brewers fans, if they have an enemy number one, it is the Cubbies, and they were like, we're better than the Cubbies, and they are. And the Cubbies, a 10-game losing streak, and who could save them but only Pittsburgh's finest, Ian Happ.
Yeah, they really, really needed that. We ended up watching the last part of that game when we got in last night, PCA diving into the plate, all that good stuff. But I guess we'll start with the Pirates, who are getting, look, the bullpen not so great, but the starting pitching I think has been great, and they're adding another one. Jared Jones is going to be back. They announced that Lajinsky is going to go to the bullpen. He had a presser that he wasn't too happy about, obviously. You know, I think if you talk to Pittsburgh Pirate fans, maybe, and it's weird because you want all these guys as starters, and what's the other team we're seeing this happen? Oh, with the Mariners.
Yes.
You get too many starting pitchers right now, and not everyone's going off, but these guys are reliable starting pitchers, so you want to keep them stretched out. Jared Jones taking Majinski's spot. A lot of people are saying Bubba Chandler, should he be the one to go back there? He's dealt with his issues, letting base runners on, walks. The command isn't always there. The stuff it obviously is, and you want him as a starter, but that's going to be something the Pirates will have to navigate through. But yeah, a split series here as far as the Cubs go. They've been a streaky team. Obviously, we'd mentioned that already. And for them, I think it's just staying the course. You're getting Ben Brown, who's looked great in his starts in the rotation, and it's just like the offense just needs to get going again, essentially.
Yeah, Cubs Dalton fun fact here, and Cubs fans, you might like this one. The 2026 Cubs and the 2017 Dodgers are the only teams in MLB history with 2 10-game winning streaks and 1 10-game losing streak. So they have seen both sides of it this year. And the Pirates, man, they're in an interesting spot where we've talked about it a lot. That hey, if you play 500 for 4 months and you have 2 good months, you're a playoff team. That's how you win 90 games. The Pirates are in an interesting. They've been around 500, which again, in a way, that's a win, but they haven't gotten the go button yet. And I just wonder the line between how much that lingers in a tough NL Central and how much it's like, hey, we're there. We're getting Jared Jones back. Like, again, the formula is here. That I guess Pirates fans, you guys know your team better than me. All of you guys know your teams better than me. That I just wonder how that's feeling on their end when I'm also seeing like, dude, Connor Griffin and Oppo Homer kind of with ease, and you're like, yeah, dude, that 6'4" body in that ballpark, if he can find that, I don't know. It's all in front of them, which has to feel so much better than other seasons. But I again, Pirates fans, let me know how you're feeling.
I know the defense has been a little bit disappointing for them as well, and they're basically relying on starting pitching, and then some of their big bats that have the big games, and that's a recipe that can keep you around 500. If you want to take that next step, you got to get the bullpen figured out, in my opinion.
I like that, and yeah, hey, Cubbies, let's see the next steps, but they survive a skiing day on that final day to go from 10-game losing streak to you could have still lost 3 out of 4, and Skeen strikes 7 of the first 8 out. I've got some Skeens. I'm talking about some of the big boys later, Trev. You're going to like that a lot. Speaking of big boys, Mizarowski, he's a part of that, and we'll keep it central for now. Unfortunately, Cardinals, I don't know. I guess we're waiting for the other shoe to drop. I don't think this is the other shoe. I think the Brewers are just happening again. And again, if you're looking for financial advice, I'm not supposed to legally give that out. But every year before the season, I will tell you to bet on the Milwaukee Brewers over, because it's insane. And Mizarowski it's unbelievable, Trevor.
6 straight start with at least 8 Ks and 0 extra base hits allowed. I mean, that's how you do it. I mean, he already has 100 strikeouts on the season. We're not even in June yet. It's really incredible. And you know, we saw glimpses of this last year. You know, the overpowering stuff, and for him, it was about command and, you know, obviously being able. He was getting his legs under him at the big league level and innings under him at the big league level. I'm still kind of curious. I don't know if the Brewers have came out and said anything about like an innings limit this year. Like, what are we going to do with that? But yeah, this was a guy who, like, at the end of the year, they weren't even really trusting, and here he is putting together some of the, you know, best 11 starts we've seen in a long time. It's been incredible. So you're right. I think for the Cardinals, you're just like, you tip your cap. You just got Mizarowski and Harrison to death, and then you have a guy, and this is obviously very, very tough. You have a guy go for you, Dustin May, who, like, we've always loved this stuff. It just hasn't really panned out necessarily. He's been great for the Cardinals, and he takes a no into the bottom of the 8th, and they find a way to lose that game because the offense can't go in, because the Brewers also have good pitching.
Yeah.
It's a very difficult defeat there. And yeah, the Brewers end up getting the sweep, man, taking advantage of a Mason Wynn error after he made a really nice play earlier in the game. So it's, yeah, you got Brewers. That's it.
Yeah. And if I'm doing the math right, which probably not, but just telling the people what I'm seeing, I think Mizarowski threw about across different levels and the playoffs through about 141 innings last year. That, you know, if you're doing a natural pitching progression, you'd think 160, 170, right? Like, and yeah, it's what's the Brewers' philosophy and what's he registering? It's going to be very interesting to track again. Like, if Skeens is going to throw 200, if Sanchez is never going to give up a hit again. The NL Cy Young race is one of my favorite races in a long time. And yeah, the Brewers, it's one of my weirdest things I'm obsessed with and doesn't matter, but I love doing on this date last year, just seeing what's going on. And on Wednesday, because I'd have to check the updated, but the Brewers and the Toronto Blue Jays, who were the best records in the AL and NL last year, they were both not, under 500 on May 27th last year. So, like, and then if you remember, the Brewers got crazy hot. Toronto got crazy hot. So, yeah, if you are one of those teams hovering, there's still there's the tweet. Nice bomb. There's still very much enough time in this season to get going, and we think we know something, and one of these mediocre teams is going to pop, and one of the good teams is going to die. I don't know who it is yet. I'll tell you who it's not going to be, the Brewers. They know what they're doing. Their recipe is there. And dude, Kyle Harrison with another final snap. If Kyle Harrison was in the AL, he'd be like a toe-to-toe Cy Young favorite right now. Instead, it's just like, okay, we'll catch up with. Where'd they get him from? Sorry, Boston.
Yeah, Boston.
Tough year.
Do you want to do anything about the Uribe? Suck it. Yeah, man, we should talk about it. It's gotta show it at least.
It's kind of I shouldn't say it's kind of perfect. That's not where I should start. Okay, it's a pitcher pitching with emotion. You'd rather it wasn't a 6-0 game. You'd rather Uribe not doing 3 suckets on the mound. It's a rivalry game.
Was Burleson looking at him at all right there, or was he looking up at the Jumbotron for his challenge?
I don't think he was looking at Uribe, because I think if you're from what I know about Burleson, I think he'd take a little more offense to that. But it wasn't at him; it was at the dugout.
Apparently, Dan Vogelbach, big boy, and Ollie Marmol exchanged some words about them saying that the Brewers were signaling from the dugout or second base, and it's all squashed now.
Yeah, and hey, Pat Murphy came out. There's a lot of managers that would just say like we're dealing with it, blah blah blah. Like Pat Murphy came out a lot louder than that. He's like, that doesn't represent us. That's not who we are. Like that's where guys play sports with emotions. Uribe, let it eat. And Pat Murphy came out and he's like, I'm embarrassed about that. He mentions the 6-0 game. He mentions that's not what we do. It's unacceptable. So like, yeah. And I was watching Matt Arnold on MLB Network the next day. So take that, Chris Rose.
Mm-hmm. That's his thing.
And he came out and it was very much it was apologizing without, like, he was like, we love Abner. We love that he pitches with emotion. And yeah, it's not great, but we love the player and we know what he did. And I was like, yeah, like he could have sold out harder than that.